Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. In the last part, we finished off the Anju and Kafei side quest and got ourselves the couple's mask as a reward. Now the big problem is, we gotta do it all again to get another reward. There are a couple things we can do along the way we didn't last time, and even some dialogue I can show if I didn't throughout the main part of the quest. But the couple's mask is the big thing we got, because now it allows us to end a plot thread we started all the way as early as part 1. With that said, to do so, we still need to reach 10 a.m. rather, for the mayor's office to open. Song of Double Time, the 3DS version, really speeds things up if I haven't mentioned that before. I like that change a lot. I really need to look into the fact if there's there probably is, because of the randomizer's current state of affairs. There probably is a patch for the N64 release that makes it play closer to the 3DS version in some regards. That actually reminds me, apparently, I was actually slightly wrong about something. Supposedly, how the Zora controls in 3DS is how it controlled in the Japanese N64 version, but I have no way of backing that up. So let's talk to them with the couple's mask on. The couple's mask. What a nice reminder. So, a young couple's been married. I wonder, did my wife flee? What? What did you just say? Yes, everyone, we're all worried for our families. Why don't we end this meeting? But, Mr. Mayor! This will do, whether you're stubborn and will stay and guard your family, or if you prefer to run far away and seek shelter. That is for people to decide on their own. Thank you for allowing me to put an end to all that pointless bickering. Adults are all so stubborn. It's shameful. Here's a token of my gratitude. And there's our second to last normal pizza heart. Well, I may be an unreliable mayor, but at least my family can depend on me. I want to protect my wife. Mayor Dotor was added to your notebook. You saved the mayor from a tedious meeting. This was also added to your notebook, and we might as well. What do you have to say about the Kafei quest at this point, as soon as I remember where the mask is? You're the one my wife has hired, so Kafei still hasn't... This is a secret, so don't tell my wife. Go ask at the Curiosity Shop, the store in the west part of town that only opens at night. That guy's a bad influence on me. And that's another hint for why you could have checked the Curiosity Shop beforehand. There's even something else that ties into that. But I'll talk more about that in a moment. Captain Vyson! The mayor's orders are absolute. So the gate guards are still standing by? Standing by, Christ! Yeah, it is kind of grim that the guards cannot flee no matter what. And I didn't mean to come in here. But yeah, something that's kind of neat that I haven't talked about before. Now that we have every one of the normal masks in the game, if you check the mask screen, starting from the Keaton masks, going to the left on that, you have the Keaton mask, the Bremen mask, the Mask of Sense, the Dongero mask, and the Bunny Hood. Not exactly in that order, but more or less those. That's a Star Fox reference, because, like, Keaton mask is Fox, Dongero mask is Slippy, the Bunny Hood's Peppy, and the Bremen mask is Falco. And in that case, the Mask of Sense would be Pigma from 64 and Assault. Kinda cute, especially considering the ties that the N64 Zelda games have to Star Fox 64, considering the behind-the-scenes engine tests and all that. For now, though, since there's only really just a lot of waiting we gotta do at this point, we're just speeding through the 3-day cycle, literally, to get the quest done again. Here's something I haven't shown off yet, though. The Curiosity Shop guy actively runs the general stores during the daytime with even a little bit of a wig. And if you talk to him with the Kafei's mask... Kafei? No, I don't know any such kid. I kid you not. So how would you know if he's a kid? Suspicious. I think his back scratching is actually why he has like a towel on his chair in the Curiosity Shop, which kind of a weird detail, but kind of nice all the same. For now, though, it's just time for more waiting, because at the least, I have to not skip anything during the first day, since we still need to meet Anju over at 11:30 p.m., and from there we're still going to be able to do stuff. My only other side quest I need to get done this 3-day cycle, besides turning the mail into Madame Aroma directly at the very end, hello Goron face, is to listen to Anju's grandmother's other story, which is going to be much more relevant right now than it would be any other point. Admittedly, doing the side quest twice is why I didn't show off some of the scenes on the first go around, because I knew I could show them off this time around instead and still have something new to show off. But there are some I, again, just plain forgot about and didn't investigate, and that's mostly because I forgot they were there, and by that point I already finished the game. Because at this point, this second Anju questline set here is the final recording session for the game overall. From this, I went straight into the end game and finished the game. That's why we're almost done here. This is part 30. There are only 2 parts after this. So we're getting down to the wire here. And this is more or less at the point in Ocarina when we actively went in to meet a certain person at the Temple of Time. For now, though, let's give Anju her pendant, and now that we're here, we're actively going to go talk to her grandmother as well to learn the second story. Make sure you get your Knight's Mask out, because you do need this one for this story at the least. I always put it on for the first one just in case, but that's more so out of habit than anything, and precaution.
Oh, Tortoise, did you finish helping Father? Then let Mother read you a story.
Now, which story would you like to hear? This time we want to hear The Four Giants. This does take you to the next day, though.
The Four Giants, is it? This is quite long, but it is a good story for you to hear, so I'll read it with some extra gusto. Ahem.
The Four Giants. This tale is from long ago when all the people weren't separated into 4 worlds like they are now. In those times, all the people lived together, and the 4 giants lived among them. On the day of the festival that celebrates the harvest, the giants spoke to the people. We have chosen to guard the people while we sleep. 100 steps north, 100 steps south, 100 steps east, 100 steps west. If you have need, call us in a loud voice by declaring something such as, "The mountain blizzard has trapped us," or "The ocean is about to swallow us. Your cries shall carry to us." Now then, there was one who was shocked and saddened by all this. A little imp. The imp was a friend of the giants since before they created the 4 worlds. Why must you leave? Why do you not stay? The childhood friend felt neglected, so he spread his anger across the 4 worlds. Repeatedly, he wronged all people. Overwhelmed with misfortune, the people sang the song of prayer to the giants who lived in each of the 4 compass directions. The giants heard their cry and responded with a roar. O imp, we are the protectors of the people. You have caused the people pain. O imp, leave these 4 worlds. Otherwise, we shall tear you apart. The imp was frightened and saddened. He had lost his old friends. The imp returned to the heavens, and harmony was restored to the 4 worlds. And the people rejoiced, and they worshipped the giants of the 4 worlds like gods, and they lived happily ever after.
Good job. Wasn't that fun, Tortoise? What did the people do to call the giants?
So technically they did sing a song, but to get the heart piece from this, we actively have to say, I don't know. I don't know why that is, but it's what works.
Oh, really? But you listened hard, so Mother's happy. I'll give you some candy as your prize.
And that's our 19th heart container. There are only 4 heart pieces left in the game, and like I said last time, they are all in the final area. So we're almost done here. We just have to get the final reward from handing Madame Aroma the letter, and we'll be good. Again, the waiting is rough, but the 3DS version at least alleviated that. Doing it twice is the thing I really don't like overall. At least here in the N64 version, doing it twice in the other versions, nowhere near as bad, but still kind of annoying. I know some people, before they head off to endgame, like to do sort of a total clear run, where before they go after the final area, they'll restart a 3-day cycle and make as many people happy as they can. Like, they'll do the Anju and Kafei side quest, they'll refight all 4 bosses to clear the areas of everything, and they'll, like, help the kids at the ranch and all that jazz. I don't find much purpose in doing that myself, only because it doesn't change the ending whatsoever. But if you want to do it, you can do it, and you have the time for it. Especially with time slowed down.
I'm sorry, we're going to be taking refuge in the evening like the others. You should run too. It seems it's going to fall tomorrow morning.
But yeah, after you give Anju the pendant, her mother takes over for her on the final day here at the inn. Don't speak to me wearing such an unpleasant mask. Okay, fine. Goddamn. Again, I think there's another scene you can get where if you save Cremia and Romani from the aliens on the night of the first day and head there on the final hours, you can find Anju's family there. Both before doing the Anju and Kafei quest. I think there's also an alternate version of that if you go there while doing the Anju and Kafei quest. But I've never really gotten on my way to do it, if there is. Make sure you're ready for whatever's coming up in the endgame, though. If you need to, use some time in this 3-day cycle to get up some ammo by going around Termina Field. Get some potions if you need to. I don't, but I could recommend it on a first run because the final area is definitely pretty unique. Full disclosure, that's one of the first pieces of footage I recorded for this LP. That is a cutscene that only plays on the initial 3-day cycle when before you get the Ocarina back even. But it only plays if you hit the final hours while you're out by the Astral Observatory. And, you know, for the sake of finality, might as well. So, now that we're in the final 6 hours, our main goals here are just to head straight to Madame Aroma, because it's implied at this point that Anju and Kafei get reunited no matter what, so I feel good in that. Don't need to see that scene again, although I think I actually might still go see it. I do not remember at this point. I edited this like 3-4 weeks ago now, and commentary took a little bit. Also, I haven't really done it throughout the LP, but I especially recommend, whenever you're at the end of a 3-day cycle, in the final hours, go talk to whatever NPCs you can, because the dialogue is depressing, but it's a real good mood setter, and again, mood is something that Majora's Mask does just a good job at setting up. Especially with this song playing. Again, I've talked about how much I love this song. It's my favorite song in the game overall. It's so pretty, despite the somber nature of what's going on. So, let's get our Kafei mask back on and talk to her and give her her son's letter. Oh dear, you're the one searching for Kafei. How is it? Have you found him? More or less. Oh dear, priority mail? Please, it's from Kafei, correct? Correct! Wonderful, you really are an expert. Yes, I'm sorry. My thanks. Yes, it is your job after all. We got a bottle of Chateau Romani. Drink it to replenish your magic power. The drink even boosts your magic stamina. Swirl it around in your tongue to enjoy its flavor to the fullest. You delivered a son's sentiment to his mother. This was added to your notebook. I'm sorry, at this point in time I can only give you something like this. I actually wanted to give this to you sooner. Really? You wanted to give a child the equivalent of booze. Really now. So, that is our final bottle. By and large, we have everything we can at this point. The 3 item slots here on the right are for temporary quest items like the deed. This inventory slot right here is bomb shoes, which you can buy at any point. We're going to be getting in the final area anyway. And the final space on the mask screen can only be gotten in the final area if you have all the masks. But giving Madame Aroma the letter for last allows us to have infinite magic for the end game, which, no matter which way you go about it, is going to be very useful. For now, though, let's go wait for Kafei up here in the room, just so we have a nice little conclusion note. I actually do leave this in. I forgot about this, but oh well. Might as well take your time as well. Take a look around the stockpot and take a look at some of the details. Like, her wedding dress there is absolutely gorgeous. And I might as well stand in the correct spot this time. Also, I forget if I brought this up earlier in the LP or not, so I might as well mention it now as well. There is an alternate version of the scene of confronting Skull Kid. After the first dungeon, but before you save all 4 giants from the boss fights. Not super essential, it's more or less just a, oh no, they're not enough without all 4 there, so yeah. Now though, let's climb back up. Thankfully, as Hylian Link, we can just hop up the side here and don't have to worry about using the Deku Flower whatsoever. It's been a hot minute, Skull Kid, but your time's come.
Sis! Tail! Swamp, mountain, ocean, canyon. Hurry, the 4 who are there, bring them here! Don't speak out of line, stupid fairy. That's it, I won't let things go the way you expect them to. Well, whatever. Even if they were to come now, they wouldn't be able to handle me. Just look above you. If it's something that can be stopped, then just try to stop it.
And thus we're here once again. But this time, we have a way to stop this. It's been a hot minute since we learned the Oath to Order, so I hope you remember it, but it's always there on the status screen, I suppose. Let's call some friends.
It stopped. We did it! It stopped! Sis! Tail! Good, we made it in time. The Giant's call worked on the Skull Kid. Hey, Skull Kid, do you realize what you've been doing to everyone? Wait, sis, don't be so hard on the Skull Kid. Tail, why are you protecting him? Aren't you mad at him for hitting him so much? He was lonely, the Skull Kid. He was trying to destroy everything around him. That is not the same as a lonely child. We can't allow that. The power of the mask made him do it. It was too much for the Skull Kid to handle. It's because he doesn't know his place. On top of having a weak will and no strength apart, he's a fool! Certainly, he had far too many weaknesses to use my power. Yeah, that's right. Admit your stupidity. Yeah, huh? A puppet that can no longer be used is mere garbage. This puppet's role has just ended. It can't be. Then that moon...
I shall consume everything.
This isn't good. Let's go back. Hurry, the Song of Time! Not this time. Ah, no, you've gotta be kidding. Don't tell me you're going up there. I won't do it. You go by yourself. I'm staying here with Tail. I'll go. What are you saying, Tail? Is there something wrong with you? I don't always want to be running away. If only I had been stronger, the Skull Kid wouldn't have... I understand. I'll go. After all this time, Tail, you've gotten real stubborn. Just like somebody else I know. You know, you guys are really stupid. But with that, I'm gonna need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 31, we start the final dungeon. Because we can't fail now. Because who knows what happens if we do.